Hello there. So today I'm going to be doing a first impression of, I don't know why it's all the way down on the floor. I mean, really, she's so lazy. All I had to do is reach down, but that seemed like a huge effort. But anyway, so today I'm going to be doing a first impression of the Ucanbe Molten Rock heat palette. We all know it's the heat palette, but they've thrown in molten rock just so that it doesn't look like they're quite so copy-y, if you know what I mean. So this cost me £5.42 and I got it from Aliexpress. I will include the seller's information in the description box down below. We can have a little look and check it out inside. This is what it looks like. If you are an owner of the genuine Urban Decay heat palette, would you let everybody know if you feel like this looks in any way similar, or if they've just thrown in shades that they think look kind of similar? Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes you can get some dupes where you can tell they've really considered which shades they put in, and then you get other dupes where they just kind of throw in like a reddy brown, a burnt orange, a camel toe brown. Do you know what I mean? Not an owner of the genuine palette. It never really hugely interested me, to be honest. I'm a fan of warm tones, but I kind of like cooler tones as well. And as I speak, I feel a little bit intimidated by the amount of eyeshadow palettes that I actually own. So I don't think that I really need any more, she says, with this in her hands. How rude. Don't be thinking of cutting your fecking hedge right now. I'm just about to fecking film. Excuse me, can you hear that outside? By the way, do you like my top? I just got this from Primark. It says, "My unicorn ate my homework." My unicorn's going to go and eat my neighbour in a minute if he insists on cutting his fecking hedge. This is what I don't like about the warmer weather. All of my neighbours just gravitate to their gardens, gravitate to their really feckingly, annoyingly noisy equipment and tools and start cutting shit. Like cutting shit down. Anyway, guys, sorry, didn't mean to have a moan there, but literally, I'm going to have to give my neighbour the death stare in a minute. Let's see. Oh, no, it's not even my fecking neighbour. There's two fecking tree surgeons there, decked out in their PPE. They mean business. They mean business. They're not stopping for anybody, literally. But anyway, guys, by the way, on my lips, you're thinking, I'm going to just get the feck on with it. On my lips today, I've got one of the new L'Oreal Colour Rich Shine lipsticks. This is in the shade Bay. And look, I think it's so beautiful. It's making my lips look like princess lips. I just love it. Okay, so anyway, let's get on with the palette. So this comes with a brush. Let's check it out. It looks okay. No, it doesn't. It looks shit. I don't know. Could I use it? I might give it a go. I mean, why did not? I'm just going to do a couple of swatches and then we're going to move onto the look. Oh gosh, they feel very like chunky. Like, oh my gosh, they don't look too bad though, do they? Look at that. Okay, 1, 2. Oh my gosh, they're really good. They're actually really good, guys. Look at that, especially that middle shade. Okay, let's do more. So I'm going to swatch a couple of the shimmery shades next. Okay, so we have 3 of the shimmers. If I just swatch them here, and here. Okay, so the shimmers aren't really blowing my pants off, but I think the mattes look really good. I'm not going to swatch any more because I just want to get on with the eye look, and I don't trust swatches anymore. I think they're an awful indication. Well, they're not even an indication. They're just terrible. It's just like you're just wiping the eyeshadow on your hand for no apparent reason. Although I do think it's good for trying to determine what shades you have, but feck that anyway. I mean, really. By the way, I'm so sorry if you can hear the outrageously obnoxious hedge cutters outside. I mean, I will be giving them side eye, you know, sporadically throughout the video. I'll just be like, excuse me, guys, like literally. Okay, so anyway, so let's do this. Which one should I begin with? This one? Okay, let's do it. I'm going to use the brush that came with the brush that the brush that came with the fecking palette I'm using. There's a lot of Kickoff Where's, oh, there's my mirror. I mean, really. Okay, guys, let's do this. The first stroke is the deepest. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to pop this into my crease. I always get a little bit sad when trees get chopped down. I just think, why? Why not just let them grow, you know? Let them be trees. Okay, so this is actually blending really, really beautifully. It's fairly pigmented. Not too pigmented, but not pigmented. I like the brush as well. I think the brush is actually a really good kind of like initial transition kind of brush.
Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit more on. So this is the third dip that I've had.
I'm going to take a little bit of that under my eye as well. Okay, right, so next we're going to go in with I'm going to go in with this shade, which is almost like a yellowy mustardy brown. It's a very unique shade indeed. These are very powdery, so just go in with a light hand. So I'm just going to pop that just a little bit lower down than I've popped the first shade. Just keeping it a little bit lower. And just a little bit like out to the corner here. I'm just taking it down that way. Okay, pop my brush in again.
And pop a little bit underneath my eye.
Okay, so I mean, guys, I think that the two eyeshadows that I've used so far are really, really beautiful. They've blended out so easily. They are a pleasure to work with right now. So, okay, next I'm going to actually pop this shimmery shade onto my lid. And I'm just going to use my fingers to do that because I kind of like using my fingers to apply shimmers. Can we see that? Can we see anything? Oh, guys, I don't really like that. I don't really like that on the lid. So I'm going to try another shimmer. I'm going to go in with this slightly more like reddy pinky one. Pop that. Why do I look like a sex doll? Like, literally, I mean, really, Anwen, close that mouth, girl. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so I definitely prefer that shimmer. Okay, so now what I want to do is just build in a little bit of this kind of very deep maroony kind of red shade. By the way, I've not changed my brush yet. I've used the brush that came with the palette all the way through. By the way, I've got loads of little piles of just like eyeshadow here on my desk where I've been getting the excess off.
Okay, I'm just going to like pat this into the outer vagina.
I'm going to change my brush now. Okay, so I'm just going to go around the edges with this big fluffy brush just to make sure everything is very blended. Even though these eyeshadows are on the more powdery side, I don't feel like I've got any fallout. I'm going to do the other eye and then I'm going to have a look at both eyes together and I'm going to think, is there anything else I can throw at these eyes? But I'll only know when I've done the other eye. So just hang on to your panties. She's going to be back in just a sec. Whilst I've been away doing my other eye, they brought out a whole new level of an obnoxious machine. Can you hear it? I'm so sorry, guys, for the disruption to the video. I hope that you can't hear it. I feel like you can't not hear that noise. I mean, really. Now my phone's fucking going off. It's just a joke up in here. Okay, so I'm just building up a little bit of this deepest kind of red shade in my outer vagina, and then I'm going to go in with some mascara. I feel like the shimmer has kind of disappeared from my lid as well. which, you know, I'm kind of a bit pissed off about. You know, can you see what I mean? Like, you've just got little bits of glitter that are left, but the actual shimmer has gone. So what I'm going to do, actually, you know, I'm going to just move on. Let's focus on the fucking shimmer. I'm going to put a little bit of Fix Plus upon my brush. Okay, not too much. Don't waste that Fix Plus. I mean, really. And I'm going to go into the shimmer here. And I'm just hoping that this will maybe like adhere the shimmer to my lid a bit, so it doesn't just feck off. It's obviously got other things to be doing right now, but I say no, your one and only job is to stay on my eyelid. Yeah, I'm not hugely impressed with the shimmers in this palette. I do feel like if you use a wet brush, you could use Fix Plus. If you don't have Fix Plus, just use a wet brush, spit on it, whatever you want to do. But I definitely feel like that will kind of perk up the shimmers a little bit, but I just don't think they're fabulous shimmers. I feel like the mattes are fabulous, but not the shimmers. Okay, so I have finished the look. She's finished fecking around. This is what it looks like. I really like it. I would definitely say that if you are a fan of like warm toned, like fiery eyeshadows, this would definitely be a really good one to go for. I was hugely impressed with the mattes. They just kind of blended out so easily. I had no problem whatsoever. Pigmentation was just right. The shimmers were not so good. Like, I wouldn't recommend this palette for the shimmers because they were just severely lacking. But luckily, like, I don't know if this is how it is in the genuine like Urban Decay Heat palette. You've definitely got more mattes in this palette than shimmers, whereas I know with my other Urban Decay palettes you get like maybe 2-3 mattes and the rest are shimmers. So thank the Lord Saviour of AliExpress makeup for putting in more mattes, because this palette is definitely all about the mattes. The shimmers are okay, but I do think you're going to need a little like wet brush just to perk them up a little bit. Definitely recommend the palette. Can't say how similar it is to the Urban Decay Heat palette, but within its own rights, I think it's a brilliant palette. And I feel like, though, one thing I will say, and this is probably just down to my lack of skill with makeup, but I feel like with this palette, I would probably get a very similar look each time. I don't know why that is. Maybe I'm just not very inventive, but I just feel like I would probably just get a very similar look. Like, whatever I went for, I think it would end up just being kind of like this. You've probably got a lot more imagination and creativity and skill than I have, so I don't know if you would fall into that issue like I would, but I mean, I really like the palette. I think it's great. So yes, definitely recommend this. I think it's wonderful. By the way, the brush was great as well. Like, I really enjoyed using the brush. Okay, so I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope that it was in some way useful to you or helpful if you were eyeing up the palette. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back again with more. Back again soon with more. Gosh, you would think that I've never said that sentence before. I'll be back again soon with more. That's what I normally say, with more. I mean, but why could I not remember that? But anyway, guys, if I've missed anything out, please feel free to ask me in the comments downstairs, and I'll be back soon with more.